Welcome back to our breakfast interview. Now, the Nzoia Sugar Company has been in the news lately for very not so flattering reasons. The debt of the company has gone out of hand, estimated at tens of billions. And the farmers who supply cane to that factory are also owed a lot of money, estimated at about 400 million. This does not afflict just Nzoia sugarcane farmers. The whole sugar belt in Western Kenya is going through trying moments as people look at what is the future of the sugar sector in this country. Joining us this morning is Joash Wamangoli, the chairman of Nzoia Outgrowers Company. That is the organization that represents farmers who supply cane to Nzoia Sugar Company. Welcome, Mheshimiwa.
Thank you.
Former Member of Parliament of Horse Webuye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let me start by asking, what is the big problem around Nzoia Sugar Company? Heavy debt, are farmers getting paid? Why is the factory unable to pay?
There are a number of the issues that we may pick up, but what is very important is that we get it right.
Yes.
Like you said before about the Nzoia debt, which is running into 32 billion shillings, like it has been allegedly said by the auditors recently when he was with PIC.
Yes.
I disagree with him completely, because the debt of 32 was written off. There was a cabinet paper which went to cabinet during the time of Mwai Kibaki, and the debt was written off. The answer is there. I'm wondering whether somebody is about using...
You're saying that debt, okay, the debt is 12 billion according to that report. 8 billion is interest, yeah. And then, 4 is it another 400 million?
400 million, that was the current farmers now.
Yes. You are saying that debt doesn't exist?
No, doesn't exist.
Let me ask you something. When you say a debt was written off, which means what? Does that mean your farmers were paid? Written off means what?
To the factory. The factory had a date.
All the government companies accumulate debts. Not debts, actually. Is money that they were supposed to be paying government, like the taxes, like the excise duty, like the duty. That money accumulated.
Yes.
Then there is also the money that the government guaranteed. Yes. Ex-bank, like the one
Ex-bank, yes.
So when they are guaranteed, the government has paid already Ex-bank.
Okay.
Right.
And the interest on interest is about 8 billion or 18 billion, which the author is saying. So Nzoia does not have any debt.
Let me ask you this, as a major, representing farmers who have a big stake in that factory.
That I'll come to.
As the people who really have the highest stake in the Nzoia factory, is Nzoia factory viable?
Let me tell you, all the sugar factories in this country is only Nzoia which is viable.
Only Nzoia?
Only Nzoia.
Why do you say so? Why?
I'm saying so because, one, it has the biggest nuclear in the world. There's no factory in the world, both India and the nuclear.
For sugar.
Yeah. So you can repackage yourself with a profit from the nucleus.
Yes.
Two is that it has the best sucrose in the world. 80% of our sugar content is sucrose.
Sucrose,
you remember what the late His Excellency Omala said?
Yes.
Yeah, 80% sucrose is only found in Bungoma County.
Yes.
So it means it's viable.
Yes.
Two, we have gain available. One of the undoing things has been that the factory has performed largely using the old mechanism, mechanical way of doing things.
Right.
Pressing the cane like you are doing this one of the squaring grey.
Yes, molasses.
The squaring grey, the one,
yes.
The squaring grey machinery, the one they do it.
Yes.
And Nzoia,
so the problem is the old technology that the factory
is eating them.
If this factory modernizes its technology, it is possible that it can survive. Be profitable.
Why can it not do so? Why can't they buy equipment and make it modern?
That's the process which we are going through.
For how long? This has been a song for ages.
It has been a song.
Then
you need political backup and force.
Why politics? This is business.
No, it's business, but the government...
You have 80%
Nzoia is owned by the government 98%.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. We need to offload that government first, if you are thinking. But who is government? Government is you and me. Therefore, we still own it.
Okay.
In abstract terms.
Okay,
But
the farmers are owed a lot of money.
Yes.
NOCO, your members, are
Yes.
owed 400, you say how much?
About 477 million.
About 500 million.
500 million.
Is there any hope that this money, the factory is going to pay, and from where?
Oh, well, leaders met 3 weeks or 4 weeks ago. Largely, you never came,
yes.
especially we needed your input. We put our heads together and decided that the government is the owner of the factory.
Right.
When the price comes down because of the imported sugar,
Yes.
it is the government.
Yes.
So we said Nzoia has a reason why they can't pay.
Right.
So because the price came from 12,000 to 2,000, 3,000
The
now.
bag, yes.
That's loss. It's in actual terms. But people seem to think that somebody is stealing.
Right.
So when that has been done,
Yeah.
we have said, let the government bring money because they were responsible for bringing this parrot sugar, which is flattered in this country.
Yeah.
Some of them not paying taxes and so on.
Yeah.
So we approached the government, we approached the deputy president, and we also approached the minister for agriculture.
Right.
When he was there recently, he guaranteed that he was going to send the money. I'm happy to report that already the process has been finalized.
Right.
The money has been approved.
Yes.
The money should be in Bungoma anytime as we're talking now
Okay.
to pay the farmers.
Is it not very unreasonable that our money, our tax money, goes to pay those debts there and pay your farmers, while somebody was allowed to bring in sugar? Somebody smuggled or brought sugar or those baron,
Yes.
whoever. In fact, I have known of some factories in Western Kenya who are also importing sugar.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And it has been doing that for a long time.
So you import sugar, you can't buy your own sugar.
You want to sow it.
Who should be punished for this?
The punishment lies squarely under the government management because the government overall, the government manages all these economies. And it is its responsibility because it's the only one, the government, which has the machinery to stop this importation of sugar and even the panya roads. If it has ways of stopping Al-Shabaab and Al-Qaeda, they should have equally have. The poaching, I've seen you on TV this time, poaching of our animals. The government must put food down and stop this nonsense. Like the deputy president was the minister for agriculture. He stopped it. That is when the price of sugar shoot up to 12,000 per bag. And the Nzoia made a profit at that time of about 800. And they were even keeping the money in the bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is, of course, the COMESA rules.
Yes.
The term has been extended by 1 year.
Yes.
Do you think, I mean, your farmers must be worried about this. At
Yes.
the expiry of the COMESA period,
Yes.
do you think your farmers will hold ground? Will sugarcane farming still be a worthwhile venture?
Makali, let me tell you.
Because imported sugar will, it seems, will always be cheaper than our own sugar. So what is the future of your farmers?
If it's a COMESA issue, we have said very clearly that COMESA is not a threat to Kenya's sugar factories. No. If the government puts food down to pay the taxes, the price of sugar, I have the documents there, I'll give you for your benefit. When the price of COMESA sugar arrived in Mombasa is 94. When you add 24, it is we become cheaper by about 10 shillings. So COMESA is not an issue. First, COMESA countries don't have sugar to bring here. No, all of them, they are not net importers. None at all. Congo doesn't have sugar.
Yes.
Sudan?
Sudan has enough sugar.
Sudan has enough, but those are mechanized. And two, it doesn't have enough to threaten us.
Right.
No. In fact, if we go the route that...
If that is the case, then why are we postponing every year? We
are postponing.
We are always asking, please extend.
Because the people who are involved in the sugar industry seem not to understand the tricks that are involved. First, if you stop these importations,
yes,
we just start telling, because Uganda now, they are unable to sell, they are now sending the sugar here.
Yes.
Yeah, and there is a COMESA. Yeah. Tanzania has a similar problem. They are now sending the sugar in this country. We have that problem again now. Yeah, and they are offloading not their sugar. Yeah. The sugar they have gone to world market, which is of flooded now for the production of sugar. Then that is the sugar that they are finding routes to come to Kenya and create all these labor laws.
Yeah. The sugar poaching in the sugar belt in your area, there are competing factories, West Kenya, Nzoia, and all these things. people taking sugar to the other factories because it's more assured payment or the market is quicker. Is that a big challenge right now?
Well, it's a big challenge, but it's not a challenge at all.
Especially for the factories,
no, but,
which you must keep going.
Yeah, the factories must keep on going. But it's not a challenge. One is that in the Sugar Act, it's very clear. All the sugar industries have been given zones to operate, like in India, like everywhere the sugar is produced. This poaching is an abuse. It's actually impunity of the highest order, that somebody has bought a system and they can bring all the people to take sugar cane from our zone and mark you. They don't deliver directly, Makali.
Yes.
The brokers.
Yes.
You know, one lorry which will go to Nzoia for 100,000. Yes. They are giving my farmer 14,000 shillings. It's terribly bad, and we need to stop it. That's why I want.
Why is that so? Because Nzoia can't pay, so farmers are finding somewhere else to take their sugar.
First, they want to avoid to pay what Nzoia put in.
Yes.
Thinking that they will get its money.
Investing, yes.
Yeah, because you know when they put their input, howling and fertilizer and so on, they will avoid those things. Then sell it to this man broker here. You give him 25, 10, or 30,000. He costs to make there 100,000. So that can easily be paid. Okay. One is harvesting on time.
Yes.
The factory to be more efficient and harvest the cane on time.
Yeah.
The question of poaching will not arise.
Yes.
But two, as a county,
yes,
which you are to be our governor, as a county we must legislate laws that we must take our raw material out only when it's value added. Yes. That being taken into consideration, then it means Nzoia must just be made efficient enough so that they can now be able to live on this and make much super profit.
Let me ask you this. What is the justification for sugar companies importing sugar?
If there is a factory which is importing sugar, then that's news for us. Although, of course,
it was found in Mombasa.
That we know. We have discovered that over the years, Mumias has been paying double cans. Because I've always been looking at the account as an accountant. I find production and their profit doesn't relate. When you look at the production for the factory and the sales, that's not relate. You know, you can see abnormally there's something they are playing again. They must be bringing sugar to make that super profit.
Yes.
But now, time has come on them now. They have to now, like now they brought sugar under the Commerce Act. They can't sell it because they will sell it at a loss.
Yeah.
They also stranded like any other person who imported sugar from commercial countries.
Yeah, Mheshimiwa, there's something more fundamental about the sugarcane economy.
Yes.
That sugarcane is responsible for the widespread poverty of people in Bungoma and all those sugarcane growing areas. That sugarcane is not, the returns from sugarcane are not sufficient to improve the lifestyles, standards of living, income levels of your farmers. And people are thinking they need to get out of sugarcane to do other things because sugarcane is not helping Western Kenya to overcome its poverty. Is this something that your farmers, you as a representative of these farmers who are not succeeding, is concerned about?
I'm equally concerned, but let me tell you, Makali, there's no agriculture product in this country that can give you what sugarcane can do. But it is the production cost that we want to run down.
Yes, so that's
because once the production cost to the farmer goes down, you know the farmers in those countries you're talking about, they are subsidized, almost 100%. The farmer here buys fertilizer at 6,000. So he reduces his profit. Right. Two, the time when we used to use Nzoia to plow the land, they plow the land and they bring seeds after 3 weeks when the place has grown. It affects the husbandry of the cane.
Yes.
Those things we must now go in details and find how to do it. Otherwise, sugarcane is the only. Is still the only one because it has 5 or 6 items out of this.
Yes.
It's like to me it is like
sugar,
oil.
Molasses, you can do many things from
it is like oil.
Yeah.
The question is how do we deal with it from the farmer's step?
Yeah, but this has been on for many years.
Yeah, that's years.
And people are becoming more and more poor.
But they have become more poor because I've told you the only sector which has parrots is sugar and the drugs.
That's the one
and we are working under those kind of amorphous, rich people who are prepared to kill Because if you give your child drugs, they're prepared to kill. Equally with sugar. We have that in problem. So we must, as we are planning about sugar, we must be clear in our mind that there's this sugar barrels. How are they operating? How do you put them in a being? They're just like Al-Qaeda and Al-Shabaab.
Okay, there has been the other argument that the sugar the Nzoia cannot sustain itself. The debt is heavy. The government needs to divest, pull out from the factory. It should be sold.
Not only Nzoia,
should be sold.
Most of the government factories are scheduled to be sold.
They are
Why are they not being sold?
So what is going to happen? What is your
Why
position as farmers?
Is it because there are no buyers?
I've told you in the opening remarks, I told you that Nzoia does not have debts. Those are imaginary debts which people want to use it so that they can buy Nzoia for free. I can assure you, Makali, and you come from that world, you will see in the next 10 years. That will be the only interest that will bring a lot of money to our people. But it has some kind of managed remotely.
Yes.
All this sugar industry. Because sugar is one item that you cannot replace it. It is
okay, no, let's say the government wants to sell sugar factories. That's the policy of the government. So what is going to happen to Nzoia sugar?
What will happen is that one, I've told you that the debt has been written off.
Yes.
So debt of Nzoia is fronted. And when I confronted the managing director of Privatization Commission,
yes,
he told me that we have, but we don't want to release the letter just because when we release the letter, other receivers will come in. Which are the other receivers? I told him, don't pretend. If you have an agenda about Nzoia, say it. Because you wrote off the debts and you are now pretending.
Okay, no. I mean, so Mangoli, the point is the sugar factories,
yes,
the policy of the government is to privatize,
yes,
to sell them.
Yes.
So Nzoia
the government to get out of sugar.
Yes.
What is the position of NOCO or the farmers with regard to that sale?
Yeah.
Will the farmers buy it?
Yeah.
Is the county government going to buy it? What are the ongoing conversations?
And in fact, even the advanced conversation, which we have agreed
yes,
in principle, is that the Nzoia Sugar Company should be taken over by farmers.
By farmers?
Farmers must be given time like they gave to Mias for us to be paying 15% across the border so that they deduct that money to pay. Today, we will have done it, but some funny brothers of ours went and stopped Nzoia not to deduct. Today, we'll be talking about 1 billion, 2 billion today for Nzoia.
Okay.
So farmers are prepared to buy. Given that now we have the large chance.
Do they have the money?
They go for financing.
Money is people. It's not just money per se. Once people have sugarcane, yes, what do you mean? Then we have money.
They go to
I
the
think
banks.
it's the pretense all the time, the front. That, does farmers have the money? They have money.
Yeah.
Once I am a living human being, you don't know tomorrow how much money I will get. So don't assume that with people, there's no money.
Okay.
There's money.
All right, we have to bring this to a close, and I just want to thank you. But as a parting shot,
yes,
of course, your farmers, NOCO,
and
people in Bongoma are waiting to hear from you.
Yes.
Are they going to be paid?
A few minutes ago, I was on the live radio telling them they are going to be paid within the next about 7 or 15 days. The money is available now. The government has made available through the Sugar Board. What the process that they are doing now is to have the compliance with the Treasury, yes, to have the money released. Just a normal way. If you have your own money, you can get it right away. So the money is going to be available. I think from here, I'm trying to find out where the letter is. Okay. Because I've been tasked to make sure the farmers are paid. Okay. After they have been paid, the president is coming to Bungoma and deputy president. And they have, in private, alluded that they are going to give Nzoia about 2 billion, 3 billion shillings to restructure itself, ready for that privatization we are talking about, okay, to announce properly that Nzoia has no debt. Okay. So that people realize that this is a viable business. Okay. To farmers, I've told you for almost for free, my brother Makali, farmers suffered under that Nzoia. And we have calculated interest on the interest.
Yes.
Over the period that Nzoia has been there. Not being paid, some become wood and so on.
Yes.
We have calculated that in money terms. Because the government owns it.
Yes.
The government, it's assumed that it's the powers to be.
Yes, yes.
So we have calculated it's coming to about 36 billion that the government needs to pay the farmer. So we want a handover of Nzoia to the farmers. And that we are prepared to go even to Hague. To make sure that Nzoia belongs to the farmer.
Okay, all right. I want to thank you.
Farmers, be assured, money is going to be available.
You want to go to Hague to do what there?
if we are not given the if we are not given the
For rights, for their
our
rights
rights, for our rights to be respected.
Okay, I think Ms. Mangoli just says the Hague in jest.
Yes, it's
but,
not.
Well, that's it. The farmers in Bungoma, Nzoia outgrow us. Money is coming, according to the chairman. And there is hope in the sugar sector to keep growing your sugarcane because Nzoia is going to be up and vibrant.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for watching. Join us tomorrow for another interview on Chichi.
Oh, fantastic.